Yo, what is up, everybody? Oh, welcome back to another edition of Sprinkles Live, the show here on the Sprinkles 138 YouTube channel. I, as always, am your host, Sprinkles 138. We were just live about an hour or so ago. We were playing some Hitman. We're doing the Jean-Claude Van Damme's contract and whatnot. But here we are again for a podcast edition of Sprinkles Live, the show. This is the show version of the gaming version of the stream. That makes sense. But yeah, today we'll just be hanging out. We'll be listening in on the Take-Two Interactive conference call, their earnings call. We'll be seeing if we hear any GTA 6 news. We'll see if Strauss shouts us out, shouts out Sprinkles Live while we're in the middle of a conference call. I believe we'll also hear some earning news on GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Maybe we'll hear some Mafia Old Country news since that comes out tomorrow. Anyway, that's what this is about, everybody. This is about news. We're a news channel right now. But yeah, the conference call doesn't start for about another 15 minutes. I am listening in. I've been listening to the same song play over and over and over for like a half hour now, listening in, waiting for this call to start. So as soon as it starts, I'll put it on the screen, but until then, I guess we can all just mess around and talk to each other, see what's good, as the kids say. We'll see what's good. But yeah, if you missed the Hitman stream from earlier, you can go check it out if you want. It was kind of a rush stream because I started early, then nobody showed up since I started early, then I was like rushing because I was rushing before the stream, and yeah. But you can watch it. It was a good stream. We failed the Jean-Claude Van Damme contract, and we have to wait 12 hours before we can do that again, but we did finish Patient Zero, the DLC, so that was fun. Yep. We also went and found... Shut up! Yeah, they keep playing the same song over and over, so as soon as I hear somebody talking on this conference call, I'll put it on the screen. But again, welcome everybody. Glad to have you here today. Again, this is the podcast version of Sprinkles Live. Again, we're going to kind of listen in, eavesdrop a bit on the Take-Two Interactive earnings conference call for, I guess, this quarter or whatever. I don't know. I can't tell you all the corporate things. But we're going to listen in. I hear there might be a little bit of confirmation on the GTA 6 release date with this from what I've been reading. Like I said, I think they'll announce some recent earnings on GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 as well. So, see which one's taking the lead there. Yes, we have wiretap Take-Two. No. I believe this is a public call. I was able to access it, so I believe we can do what we're doing here. So that's what we're doing. That's what I've been trying to do, Martin, lately. I've been trying to save up for a PS5. It just hasn't been going well. It was going good for a while. Now we're just at a total stop again. I'm very close to the goal. I'm only like 100, 150 bucks away from what we need for a PS5, but again, YouTube is going to die next week on the 13th when the AI age verification comes, so that's probably going to make it even harder for me to save up for a PS5 using this channel, so yeah, I don't see it happening in the near future, Martin. I would like it to, but we need more member support, more super chats around here, and times are tough for people, so I don't see that happening. Plus, our president just put 100% tariffs on, like, computer chips and, like, everything that makes the console, so... But yes, I would like to upgrade to a PS5. Again, member support will do that. As long as people support this channel or can afford to do it, we'll keep it going. But again, I have a feeling online gaming and all online stuff like YouTube, Twitch, all that, it's going to start slowly dying here in the next year. Especially YouTube. I think The AI they're rolling out. That rolls out on the 13th. So if you log in next Wednesday and your account is banned, that means an AI determined that you're under the age of 18. And you'll have to give a corporation your credit card or ID. And you'll have to give them a selfie of yourself so they can face recognize you. And I don't recommend anybody do that just to watch this show. I mean, if you have other shows you want to watch, do it. But yeah, anyway, we don't want to talk about that stuff. You can go to any other channel and listen to that stuff. It's basically a tax for other countries, Ninja. That's basically what a tariff is. But yeah, those are for better channels than me to talk about. So I'm not going to talk about it much here. Yeah, we ain't getting political, but yeah, basically a tariff is just one country taxing another country, and they can charge as much as they want, apparently. You're going to be 22 next year, 23 in March. Well, congratulations. I will be 44 next year in June. But yeah, again, we're just waiting for the call to start, so if you guys want to talk about something. I did pull up Ozzy's death certificate. I did not look it up myself. I seen somebody posted this. It's public information. So, I know it's been talking about a lot about Ozzy lately, but he is a legend. He needs to be talked about every day. So, somebody did get Ozzy's death certificate, and under his occupation, this is what they put. As you can see on the fourth line there, I believe, it says occupation, songwriter, performer, and rock legend. So that's what his official death certificate says. So congratulations, Ozzy, on that. It's official. You're a rock legend. I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting. They're also taking all the flowers that people left on Black Sabbath bench on the bridge in Birmingham. They're taking all the flowers the fans left as a tribute to Ozzy on the Black Sabbath bridge, and they're grinding them down to mulch, and they're going to spread them on Ozzy's grave. And like all the written tributes and paintings and stuff that people left, those are going to go to the family. So yeah, at least somebody got a good ending in these shit times. He deserved it. Ozzy was a good man. His comedic timing was just as good as his music timing. So, R.I.P. Ozzy.
Shut up!
So, yeah, there's that. I don't have anything else newsworthy to talk about. I mean, we could talk about political stuff, but I don't want to. That's probably another thing that's going to make it harder for me to get consoles is, you know, they're all made out of the computer chips and stuff. But, yeah, anyway, whatever. Like I said, I'm probably not renewing my PS Plus come the end of January anyway, because the price of PS Plus is going up next year too, and I don't think it's worth it, especially if I have a PS4. I think the monthly games are getting shittier. Really, nobody plays with anybody anymore online. It's just like, they might as well just make these like, I don't know. Anyway. So whatever money I save from that will probably go to the PS5 fund. But again, if I did get PS Plus, then it would be taking out of the PS5 fund. So anyway, I'm tired of talking about that shit. The world's going to shit. That's the best way I can explain it. And my life was already shit before all that, so it's not going to get much better. Yeah, well, hopefully we'll find that out today, Martin. I don't think there will be another delay, but I have a feeling all the world situations going on is probably going to delay GTA 6 for a while. Either that or it's going to make them speed it up and release the game too early to where it's like all broken and shit like everybody else does, so hopefully neither one of those things happen, but yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea to wait until Black Friday for PS Plus. Yes, I do remember when Fruit of the Looms had the cornucopia golden. I am that old. But they don't have the cornucopia anymore? They get rid of it? Is it offensive or something now? Oh my god, well this conference call's start. I've been listening to the same, like, stupid elevator music song for like the past 20 minutes. It's aggravating. I know you guys can't hear it, but it's driving me nuts, and I gotta have it keep it playing, that way I can hear when the call starts, but yeah, take two. You need to switch up your conference call music there. Yes, I do remember that. I remember on the commercials for Fruit of the Looms too. They used to have like an apple and grape and stuff, and there were people dressed up in costumes, golden. But I was really young when that stuff was a thing. Yeah, back in the day, that's how we did it. We had cornucopias. Tell you what, it was way better back in the day. When I was in school, we used to have to walk. I'm just kidding. I'm just killing time here until this call starts. Sorry, anybody that was expecting to start right away, but again, if you guys have any topics you want to talk about, we can. Actually, I kind of guess that Jason Voorhees will. They are hinting that Jason Voorhees will be part of the Fortnite for Halloween this year, so I kind of guess that. Which means Fortnite's officially dead because whenever they put Jason in the game, it dies shortly after. Like Friday the 13th and Multiverses, and there's something else they put him in recently too. I think went away like a month after they put him in it, so. What do you mean we had what resolution? Oh, you're talking about back in my day. Yeah, we've been going around as we're getting mansions in December on GTA Online. I don't see what the point of it is at the very end of that game's life cycle, but okay, we'll take them. I don't think they'll be as great as people think they are either. They'll probably just be those 3-story apartments like I already own. Fortnite looks like AI slop now. Yeah, Fortnite, I deleted it after the stream the other day. Sorry, but yeah. I can't take that game anymore. I literally played that game offline, and somebody started shooting at me, and they looked like a bot to me, so I literally stood still for like a whole minute and a half, and they shot at me, and they didn't land one shot on me. So, yeah, that game's pretty much fallen off. Plus, they lost the concept of the main story. Now it's just all intellectual property. Like, ever since, like, Chapter 3, they've lost, like, what the main Fortnite story was. Now it's just, like, every chapter is a fever dream. Yeah, well, apparently the people that run Jason Universe have said they are going to be working on a new Jason game. It's probably not going to be Friday the 13th because Jason Universe doesn't own Friday the 13th, the name. They just own Jason and the lore. But the movie company that owns Friday the 13th, the name, also owns Jason. I don't know. It's all confusing. But apparently they're working on a new game for that. The one horror game I'm excited for that's coming soon is Hellraiser. That looks fucking awesome, and that movie's killer. The only downside to that game, which is kind of the upside to it as well, is it's a single-player story game. There's no online to it, which is kind of good because if they lose licensing to the game, they don't have to delist it. So that's kind of good, I guess. What are them bands on my arms? Those are just to show off my biceps, Ninja. Since I'm wearing my wrestler outfit. Yeah, I thought about changing that character up a bit and making him look a little more less wrestlery, but whatever. He's a cartoon character. He's supposed to be outrageous. Alright, it's almost 4:30. They still haven't started this call, everybody, so. Truthfully, I think most of the horror game fans are starting to get sick of Dead by Daylight from what I've been seeing lately. They add all these IPs to the game, but the gameplay's still the same. I think people are starting to. I don't know. I think most people are just starting to get technology fatigue and just are sick of the same thing over and over. I don't know. Everybody always complains about this stuff, but here we are and we all still play it, so. Well, not me much lately. I've been playing more PS2 stuff lately than modern stuff, I think. Yeah, I think Jason would probably be a more fair and balanced killer for Dead by Daylight because he walks slow. Most of their killers are fast, so I imagine they would probably give him like the same warp thing that he had on Friday the 13th and whatnot. I don't think I've ever played Dead by Daylight, though. I would like to try it. The hilarious hunt for Professor Bumbleberry. Oh my god, that was forever ago, Resolution. That was already Intel's podcast. Yeah, if you missed that, go back check out Season 1 of Artificial Imaginings here on the channel. I kind of unlisted Season 2 of that. I didn't like Season 2 that much, but you can still go to the Artificial Imaginings playlist and listen to them. But yeah, I like the first season of Artificial Imaginings better. But the second season I unlisted. They're still available in the playlist to listen to, though. That was your favorite one. Alright, this song is driving me nuts. Come on, Strauss, start this meeting. I think mine was the one where Artie told about himself. Yeah, they haven't started yet. I got it on. It says live. It's been live for like a half hour. It's just been playing the same song over and over. And every once in a while, an AI lady will come on and be like, the conference call will start in just a moment. Thank you for joining us. You're hungry? Well, you should have ate. I gave you an hour to eat before you came back, so that's your fault. Yeah, I would play it, but I don't know if the song that they're playing is copyright, and I'm not risking it, so I'm going to wait until somebody's talking. But yeah, it does say live. I have the volume up. It's just playing music. Here, I can even show you guys if you want to see. Hold on. There you go. Here, I'll go ahead and I'll mute it. There we go. We'll just keep it on the screen. There we go. That's what we're waiting on, everybody. Again, there will be no video of this. It'll probably mostly be audio, but there we go. I think it's starting. They're waiting for me to put it on the screen. Yeah, the music stopped. Alright, I think we're getting ready to start. They're going to shout me out. Strauss is going to be like, what up, Sprinkles Live? It's your boy, Sprinkles.
Thank you for standing by. My name is Tina, and I will be your conference operator today. At this time, I would like to welcome everyone to the first quarter fiscal year 26.
Can y'all hear that?
Interactive software earnings call. All lines have been placed on mute to prevent any background noise. After the speaker's remarks, there will be a question and answer session. If you would like to ask a question during this time, simply press star followed by the number 1
I'm
on
trying.
your telephone keypad. If you would like to withdraw your question,
It's up all the
press
way.
star 1 again. It is now my pleasure to turn the call over to Nicole Shivens, Senior Vice President of
How's
Investor
that?
Relations and Corporate Communications. You may begin.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining our conference call to discuss our results for the first quarter of fiscal year 2026 ended June 30, 2025. Today's call will be led by Strauss Zelnick, Take-Two's Chairman and Chief Executive
That's our
Officer.
boy. He's going to shout us
Carl
out.
Sladoff, our President, and
That
Lane
better?
Goldstein, our Chief
All right.
Financial Officer. We will be available to answer your
It's on their
questions
end. Why it's
during
so
the
low. Oh,
Q&A
wait a minute.
session
I can turn
following
it up
our
here.
prepared remarks. Before we begin, I'd like to remind
There
everyone
we go.
that statements made during this call that are not historical facts
Now
are
I can hear
considered
it.
forward-looking statements under federal securities laws. These forward-looking statements are based on the beliefs of our management as well as assumptions made by and information currently available to us. We have no obligation to update these forward-looking statements.
All right. Oh no, she's
Actual
probably
operating
saying she
results
could
may
sue
vary
me if I could
significantly
stream
from
this,
these
but go ahead. I
forward-looking
don't have
statements
anything.
based on a variety of factors. These important factors are described in our filings with the SEC,
Not going to look good on
including the
Billionaire
company's
Stream
most recent annual
suing a poor
report on Form
person.
10-K and quarterly report on Form 10-Q, including the risks summarized in the section entitled Risk Factors. I'd also like to note that unless otherwise stated, all numbers we will be discussing today are GAAP, and all comparisons are
Yeah, again, I
year-over-year.
know nothing
Additional
about
details
financial
regarding
stuff
our
or
actual
anything like
results
that.
and
We're
outlook
just
are contained in
surfing
our press
for
release,
GTA 6
including
news
the
and
items that
whatnot
our
here,
management
everybody,
uses
so
internally to adjust our GAAP financial results in order to evaluate our operating performance. A press release
don't
also
come here for
contains the
advice or anything.
reconciliation of any non-GAAP financial measure to the most
Half of this
comparable
stuff
GAAP
they talk
measure.
about, none of us will
In
probably
addition, we have posted
understand.
to our website a slide deck that visually presents our results and financial outlook. Our press release and filings with the SEC may be obtained from our website at take2games.com. And now I'll turn the call over to Strauss.
Woo, there's a boy.
Thanks, Nicole. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today. Fiscal 2026 is off to an excellent start, reflecting ongoing demand for our core franchises and the increasingly diversified, successful nature of our business. Net bookings for the first quarter exceeded $1.4 billion, which was meaningfully above the high end of our expectations,
Too late, Ninja.
led by the outperformance of several mobile titles, as well as the continued success of NBA 2K and the Grand Theft Auto series. We're optimistic about the year ahead, and we're raising our net bookings outlook for fiscal 2026 to $6.05 to $6.15 billion. We have
Damn.
great confidence in our long-term pipeline and expect to achieve record levels of net bookings in fiscal 2027 that we believe will establish a higher baseline for our business and set us on a path of enhanced profitability. I'd like to express my gratitude to all of our teams across our worldwide organization for their deep passion and intense commitment to our collective vision.
Good job, teams.
We strive daily to do our best work and to exemplify our
It's
core
corporate
pillars of
shit, Ninja. It's
creativity,
supposed to sound serious.
innovation, and efficiency, all in service of our goal to make the biggest and
You're
best
just
hits
listening to
in
something
the
very
entertainment
serious on a very unserious show.
Turning to highlights from the period. Our mobile business vastly exceeded expectations. Peak's successful forever franchise, Toon Blast, grew 22% over last year and nearly 75% on a two-year basis, driven by the seasonal collection feature that provided a new
But I think
avenue
Strauss
of
is going to
engagement for
shout
the
us
game's
out at
millions
the end. He's
of
going to be like,
active
what up,
players.
Sprinkled Live?
Match Factory, another hit title from Peak, achieved record net bookings as the title grew 33% over last year. Players experienced new features such as the Treasure Cave event, as well as new levels. Rollic's newest hit, Color Block Jam,
That's the
maintained
funny
its
thing. These
positive
are like really
momentum and has
serious
become the
people, and they're
highest
talking
grossing
about like
title in the studio's history.
monkeys
Throughout the
finding
quarter,
bananas
Color
in
Block Jam
caves,
remains at the
these
top of the
games
app
and
charts,
stuff.
demonstrating its strong market position and mass appeal. Rollic supported the title with its first bold beat, Pilot's Drop, where players receive progressively larger rewards with each consecutive win, amplifying engagement and monetization. 2K's mobile offerings also had a great quarter, including WWE Supercard, which remains the label's most successful
I bet they
mobile
made
game,
a shitload
with
of money
over
off that new
37 million
WWE game
lifetime
with the
downloads.
island and the
NBA 2K Mobile
microtransactions.
has been steadily growing its audience with new content and challenges, while NBA 2K25 Arcade Edition continues to top the Apple Arcade charts, and NBA 2K All-Star in China has been posting strong and profitable
He's just talking about how
results
good the
since
current
launch
games they
in
have
March.
out are doing.
We continue to
Well,
focus
he's the
on our
CEO
mobile
of a
direct-to-consumer
billion-dollar
business.
company. Of course
We're
he's
achieving
tired.
better conversion driven by new offers, events, and enhanced personalization. In the context of recent court rulings, we see ample runway for further growth in this area.
Well, this is
The
what
Grand
it
Theft
is,
Auto
everybody.
series
This is going to
once
be a
again
very
exceeded
corporate
our
thing. It's not supposed to be
Momentum
like
remains exceptionally
PlayStation State
strong,
of
and
Play
to
or
date,
anything.
Grand Theft Auto 5 has sold in over 215 million units worldwide.
Hear that?
During the quarter, engagement for Grand Theft Auto Online benefited from the record-setting launch of Grand Theft Auto 6 Trailer 2 and the successful release of the Money Front Summer Content Pack, which culminated in higher-than-expected recurrent consumer spending growth. We're pleased that new player accounts for GTA Online
That's
grew
funny.
over
He basically
50%
said the Money Front's
year-over-year.
DLC sucked and they knew it and it did better than they
NBA
thought.
2K25 delivered another quarter of fantastic
I think he
results.
said
To
250
date, the
million.
title has sold in over 11.5 million units,
This is
and
Red
engagement
Dead.
grew significantly year-over-year, with daily active users and My Career daily active users each up 30%, which helped drive 48% growth in recurrent consumer spending.
Red
We're
Dead's
thrilled
up,
that
y'all.
2K announced a new multi-year global partnership expansion
Strange
with
Tales
the NBA,
Missions did it.
NBA PA, and WNBA PA, and extended
Yeah, that was
its
Red Dead he was
long-standing
just talking about
relationship
after
with the
GTA.
NBA G League and USA Basketball. We're excited to continue our highly successful partnerships and look forward to building upon the record-setting achievements that we've accomplished together. Engagement with our other sports titles has been healthy, including WWE 2K25.
Yeah, but see, the sad thing
The title
is, even though
launches on
Red Dead's
Nintendo
going
Switch
up and
2
doing
in
better than
July,
GTA, they're
which
still
expanded
focusing
its
on
audience
GTA
and
more than
featured
anything.
same game
That's the
modes
sad thing.
that are available to players on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. Firaxis Games continues to introduce monthly updates.
Well, we
for
should
Sid
get to
Meier's
Strange Tale
Civilization
Volume
7.
2 during
In
Halloween.
addition, the studio released the title for Nintendo Switch 2, our first offering for the platform, featuring new mouse controls that offer a more intuitive gameplay experience. We're very pleased to continue supporting Nintendo with additional titles.
But they are going to
launching
save the
throughout
best
year.
for last. That's when we're going to get GTA 6
In
release date
closing,
news.
we're thrilled with our
Here we go.
company's positive momentum and have enormous anticipation for this quarter's launches of Mafia: The Old Country, NBA 2K26, and Borderlands 4. We remain deeply committed to excellence,
They'll have questions
delivering
asked
the
to them
highest
too, I
quality
think.
entertainment experiences for all of our audiences.
Yeah, this proves everything I
and
always say
driving
about these
meaningful
places,
returns for
Ninja.
our shareholders.
It all comes down to money in the
I'll
end.
now turn
It's
the
not
call
about
over
the
to
art
Carlos.
anymore. These games used to be about
Thanks,
the
Al.
art.
I'd like
All right,
to thank
Strauss
our
is
team
done.
for delivering a fantastic start to the year and for setting the stage for what promises to be an exciting chapter in our history. I'll now discuss our upcoming releases.
Here we go.
Tomorrow, 2K and Hangar 13 will once again immerse players in
Mafia
the
Old
detailed,
Country tomorrow.
rich, and storied world of organized crime with Mafia: The Old Country. With more than 2.5 million wish
I'm
lists
seriously
across
thinking
all
about just taking
platforms,
the PS5
community
fund and buying
sentiment
some
to
new
this linear,
games.
narrative-driven action game is very strong.
I want to play. Well, I don't
2K
think I played
unveiled a
Mafia
new
Old
story
Country. I don't
trailer
think it's
during
for
the annual Summer
PS4.
Game Fest show and provided the press with early playtime, which resulted in glowing impressions and previews. We are very excited to expand our beloved franchise and hope that players feel the passion and pride
Yeah,
that our
that's
team
me.
brought to this
That guy's
exciting
going to
release.
shout us out at the end. He's going to be like, "What up,
On
Michael
September
Black?"
5th, 2K and Visual Concepts will release NBA 2K26,
Strauss forgot you.
which promises to once again raise the bar for our top-selling basketball experience.
Nobody cares
The
about
title
basketball
will be
games.
available on early access on August 29th and will be the first game from our series to launch on Nintendo Switch 2, offering the complete Gen 9
Sounds like a
experience
guy you
for
want
the
to party
platform.
with, though.
With all new Pro Play features, players on Gen 9 will experience our immersive technology like never before, including revamped size-ups and fast-paced dynamic movement. Fans can build a transcendent My Player as they strive to reach the
I think they're
pinnacle
talking
of
about the
NBA
new
stardom
NBA
in
2K
a
game.
reimagined My Career journey and team up with friends to
Take-Two
battle
does all
rival
the
squads
2K
in a
games
fresh
too, like
and more
WWE,
optimized city.
NBA, all that.
NBA 2K26
Take-Two makes about
My
just
Team
about every
will put
fucking
past
game there
and
is.
present legends to test in new
They don't make it,
single
they
and
publish it.
multiplayer modes, while also offering 30 unique storylines to win a championship. More details on NBA 2K26 will be shared in the
No
coming
resolution. I don't have all that open right now anyway.
weeks. On September 12th, 2K and Gearbox Software will launch Borderlands 4, the eagerly anticipated next entry in our iconic
I don't know
looter
what
shooter
Gen
franchise.
9 was. I was wondering that too,
Recently,
Ninja.
global press and content creators played the game for the first time, and response was extremely positive.
Maybe
with
it's just
some
a
calling it
version
the
of the
best
game.
in
Maybe
the
they
series.
just call it Generation now instead of
In
version.
June, our team hosted the first ever Borderlands Fan Fest, where attendees played a demo of Borderlands 4 and generated over 600,000 hours of streams and videos. With the title launching on Nintendo Switch 2 in October, we are excited to harness the power of the new console and allow players to enjoy our mayhem-fueled looter shooter at home or on the go.
Booter shooter.
Later this fiscal year, 2K and Visual Concepts will once again challenge players to step into the squared circle with WWE 2K26.
Yeah, come get you some
a
of this,
forthcoming
bitch.
installment in our popular wrestling franchise that continues to set new standards for excellence with each release. 2K will have more to share about this game in the coming months.
Yeah, let's
This
go
is one of
to
the strongest lineups in 2K's history.
figure out the
positioning
microtransactions
us to
better.
deliver best-in-class gameplay for our players and outstanding financial results. Zynga will remain focused on continuing to enhance its existing portfolio and releasing new mobile titles. In closing, we are deeply excited about this year's release slate and our ability to deliver entertainment experiences that captivate
Okay, that's
and engage
upcoming for
audiences
this year.
throughout
What
the
about
world.
next year?
As we continue to execute our proven strategy and capitalize on emerging markets and opportunities, we believe that we will achieve a period of meaningful long-term growth and shareholder returns. I'll now turn the call over to Lainey.
Yeah, come
Thanks,
on,
Carl.
lady.
Good afternoon, everyone. We achieved outstanding first quarter results, driven by our strong franchises, talented teams, and unwavering commitment to our strategic vision.
Outperformance was broad-based across our labels.
She sounds like you don't
as
mess
we
with
engage
her.
players with exciting new game features and content updates, while also advancing development
nice,
of our
Resolution.
highly anticipated pipeline. I'd like to thank our incredible teams worldwide for their hard work and passion for our business. Turning to our results, we delivered first quarter net bookings of $1.42 billion, which was significantly above our guidance range of $1.25
They
to
made that in
$1.3
like 4
billion.
months. That's
This
what
reflected
quarter means.
better than expected performance from several mobile titles, including Toon Blast, Match Factory, NBA 2K All-Star, and Color Block Jam, as well as NBA 2K and the Grand Theft Auto series. Recurrent
Wow.
consumer spending grew 17%
NBA and
for the
GTA
period,
are what's
which
funding
was
them the most.
meaningfully above our guidance of 7% growth and accounted for 83% of net bookings. Several of our businesses outperformed, including NBA 2K, which was up
If they
nearly
talk about it,
50%,
Resolution, they'll save it
mobile,
for
which grew
last.
low teens, and Grand Theft Auto Online, which increased low single digits. During the quarter, we released Civilization VII for MetaQuest VR and Nintendo Switch 2. GAAP net revenue increased 12% to $1.5 billion, while cost of revenue declined 1% to $559 million, and operating expenses decreased 3% to $923 million.
Could you
On a
imagine?
management basis, operating expenses rose 3% year-over-year, which was slightly above our forecast of 2% growth, primarily due to higher personnel costs. While total marketing expenses were within our forecast range for the quarter, Zynga made incremental user acquisition investments.
Zynga
to
is the
support
mobile
its
company that
robust
makes mobile
performance,
games for them,
which
so
was
that's probably
offset
what
by
she's
2K
mostly
shifting
talking
some
about here.
marketing out of Q1 into later this fiscal
They own
year.
Zynga now.
Turning to our guidance, I'll begin with our full fiscal year expectations.
I don't even have that,
We
Ninja.
are raising our net bookings outlook range to $6.05 to $6.15 billion, which represents 8% growth over fiscal 2025 at the midpoint.
So this is their
The
mobile
increase
division we're
predominantly
talking about.
reflects our strong first quarter performance and, to a lesser degree, updates to our forecast, including FX. The largest contributors to net bookings are expected to be NBA 2K, the Grand Theft Auto series, Toon Blast, Borderlands 4, Match Factory, the Red Dead Redemption series, Color Block Jam, Empires & Puzzles, and Words with Friends.
That amazes
We
me.
now expect
NBA is
recurrent
beating
consumer
out
spending to grow
WWE.
approximately 4%, which is revised upward from our prior forecast of flat, representing 76% of net bookings. We expect NBA 2K to grow mid-teens, mobile to grow low single digits, and Grand Theft Auto Online to decline. We expect the net bookings breakdown from our labels to be roughly 45% Zynga,
Hear that?
39%
They're
2K,
expecting
and
GTA
60%
Online to
Rockstar
decline.
Games.
They want it to.
We continue to expect operating cash flow of approximately
Well, they've been making it
$130
suck
million
lately. They want you
and
to
capital
leave. And
expenditures of
that way you're
approximately
excited for
$140 million.
6.
We now expect GAAP net revenue to range from $6.1 to $6.2 billion and cost of revenue to range from $2.55 to $2.57 billion. The total operating expenses are now expected to range from
Should be illegal to make
$3.84 to
that much money.
$3.86 billion compared to $7.45 billion last year.
This many people
On a
struggling
management
in the
basis,
world.
we expect operating expense growth of approximately
That's how I look
5%
at it.
year-over-year. This is up slightly from our prior forecast due to higher personnel costs as well as increased marketing spend to support our mobile portfolio and FX. I'd like to point out that our earnings per share calculations reflect our higher share count following our recent equity issuance. Now moving on to our guidance for the fiscal second quarter. We project net bookings to range from $1.7 to $1.75 billion compared to $1.47 billion in the second quarter
I think
last
this
year.
is the Christmas season they're talking about.
Our release slate for the quarter includes Mafia: The Old Country,
Yeah.
NBA 2K26, and Borderlands 4.
So quarter
The
one's
largest
ending now.
contributors to
This
net
quarter
bookings
2
are
starts
expected
like
to be
when
NBA
Mafia Old
2K,
Country comes out tomorrow.
Borderlands 4, the Grand Theft Auto series, Toon Blast, Match Factory, Empires & Puzzles, Color Block Jam.
I find it very
the Red Dead
interesting
Redemption
though. They
series,
keep saying
Words with
Grand
Friends,
Theft
and Mafia: The
Grand
Old
Theft
Country.
Auto series. They
We
don't say
project
5 or
recurrent consumer
6
spending
or.
to increase by approximately 1%, which assumes a low single-digit increase for NBA 2K, slight growth for mobile.
But when they talk
and a
about
decline for
online, they
Grand
say
Theft Auto
online
Online.
specifically.
We expect GAAP net revenue to range from $1.65 to $1.7 billion. Operating expenses are planned to range from $1.02 to $1.03 billion.
They got to think, even though they're
On a
making that
management
much
basis,
money, they're probably
operating
putting
expenses are expected to
75% of
grow
that back
by
into the
approximately
game and
7% year-over-year,
employment and everything
which is
else.
primarily driven by marketing to support our strong release
But
slate
still,
during the period.
25% of that much is still a
Looking
lot of
ahead,
money
our
to
confidence
profit.
in our outlook is exceptionally strong. Our company is set to deliver the most ambitious pipeline in our history, which we believe will unlock a new record level of scale as well as enhanced profitability. As we release exciting new hits and explore additional growth opportunities,
See, their goal is to be the
organic
first
and
company to hit $1
inorganic,
trillion.
we expect to achieve meaningful returns for our shareholders. Thank you. I'll now turn the call back to
They could
Strauss.
probably do it too.
Thanks, Lainey and Carl. On behalf of our entire management team, I'd like to thank our colleagues for delivering a stellar start
Is that it?
to what is poised to be an outstanding year for Take-Two. To our shareholders, I want to express our appreciation for your continued support. We'll now take your questions. Operator?
All right, let's hope somebody asks a GTA 6 question.
This time, I would like to remind everyone to ask a question, press star 1.
Whoa, is she real? Yeah,
We
she got the most
respectfully
awesome
ask that
voice
you
ever.
limit your questions to 1 and 1 follow-up. Thank you. Our first question comes from the line of Eric Handler with MKM Partners. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the question. Strauss, I wonder if you could talk a little bit about
They're
NBA
probably all on the
2K.
phone line, Ninja. They're just live streaming
you sold about 500,000 more units than last year
it.
overall.
Yeah, buy me a PS5, Strauss.
RCS in the quarter up 48%. You said that's an acceleration of growth from not just last quarter, but 2 quarters ago as well. Is there something within the RCS that's particularly resonating this year that you can point out to?
Hi, Eric. It's Carl. Look, I mean, we're obviously very thrilled with the
Strauss
performance
left.
of NBA 2K. We've sold in over 11.5 million units, and engagement is just across the board up.
He was
significantly
tired.
year over year, and it's really not necessarily any of our
He
single
got a golf
modes.
game
It's
to
really
get
both
to.
of our primary RCS generating modes, which is My Career, and also My Career and our
Your area,
My team.
Stockton,
Sorry
East
about that.
Coast.
So it's
I'm on the
really,
East Coast.
over time, we're getting much, much better about managing and reading our in-game telemetry.
No, that's not
knowing what
Strauss.
the
That's
consumers
some
like
other
to spend
guy.
money on, what they like to engage with, and 2K and the folks at VC have done an amazing job managing that process. So we continue to get better and better every year. And this is just a really great title. So there's nothing really specific that one can
I'm trying to
point
keep this from
other
blowing
than
your
the fact that
guys'
folks
ears
have
out
really
too,
reacted
so I'm trying to
positively to the
control the
efforts that
levels
we've
the
made
best I
in the
can.
development process, and we still
Try
think
not to
there's a lot
talk
of
over it
retail
that
in
much
front of
either.
us.
Great. Thanks a lot.
I'm not saying anything important though. It's mostly financial stuff. It is an earnings call though, so
Our next question comes from the line of
all about
Doug
money.
Creutz with TD Cowen. Please go ahead.
Hey, thanks. I couldn't help noticing that your advertising revenue was flat year over year and up sequentially, which I think is the first time we've seen that in a long time. Can you talk about
What,
whether
that lady
we're
sounds like me?
seeing finally a bottoming in that market, or is this maybe due to some game-specific
She got a nice
things
voice.
that
She got that
impacted
old
the
school
quarter? Thank you.
operator voice.
Yeah, I think for us, it's really that we adjusted our approach to advertising by moving from hyper-casual to hybrid casual and now hybrid casual too. And at this point, I think we feel very good about sort of where we're
Yeah,
at.
see, the point of these
Certainly
calls
hope to
is to
grow
let the
from
people
here.
in the stock market that invest in their company know
Great, thank you.
how much money they're making, where it's coming from, what they expect in the future. And
Your
the
next
people,
question comes from the line of Chris Schul with UBS Financial. Please go ahead.
then the people asking the questions are the
Great,
people that
thank you.
own the stock.
So mobile did come in much stronger than we expected for
For those that
fiscal
don't know.
1Q with the low teens growth, but your guide does imply deceleration from here. Can you just kind of walk us through the drivers there and why you anticipate that the momentum you saw in fiscal 1Q might not repeat?
I have no idea what hyper
Yeah,
casual is.
Q1 was fantastic. We've seen so much momentum in a lot of our
These are
big titles,
insider
some of our
corporate
titles that
terms,
have really
Ninja.
started to take off since the Q4 of last year. And
See,
this,
they make up
first
words like
quarter.
that, so you
But
have
we
to
do
go pay
see
for a
some
college,
mature
overpay
titles that
for a
have
college
achieved outstanding
education, and get a
results
stupid
on a
piece of
multi-year
paper to
basis,
prove that
and
you know
given
what
the
that
age of
word
these
means.
titles,
That's
we really
basically
still
all it
expect
boils down
moderation,
to.
even though we haven't really seen it over the course of the fiscal
They could
year.
make it simple
And
for
we also have
anybody
some
to get
hyper
that
and
job, but
hybrid casual,
that's why they make fancy
titles
words
that have
like that.
performed really well. And when we forecast for those titles, we're looking at the life cycle and the sales curve of prior hyper and hybrid casual titles, so we have to build that into our forecast. So that's what we're seeing right now, but hopefully it'll continue to go in the same momentum and we'll see some, great surprises towards the end of the year.
Great, thank you.
It's probably another word for like passive income, like how they just generate money off of microtransactions by doing nothing. That's probably what it means.
Can you just remind us how you're thinking about capital allocation going forward and where potential shareholder returns might fall into your list of priorities?
Yeah, great question. And just to put it in context, right now we've got $2 billion in cash, and our net leverage is about 1.2 turns. So we feel like we're pretty conservatively geared, which is our goal. You're right that our expectations.
Well, if they don't say anything about GTA 6, that means they're pretty much on track for it to be released in May. But I think it's still too early for them to tell, too. Hello, Laney Joss. Welcome to Sprinkles Live. Glad to have you.
That's been our story.
We're doing well here. Welcome.
Largely an organic growth story. Secondly,
yeah, that's what we should call this stream, Ninja. Hyper casual.
Support inorganic opportunities that are strategically sound, and we're really proud of the fact that pretty much everything we've done in that area has worked out.
So yeah, if they don't mention GTA 6, that's kind of a good thing too, because it means they're still on track. But I don't think, truthfully, they can really tell until they're like maybe like 3 months from the release date. Again, I think all the world issues are probably going to be the thing keeping them back from releasing it on time.
It's atypical for industry, but typical for us. And our most recent
I am from Sprinkleville, Sprinklandia,
has also been stellar.
Also known as Cincinnati,
and third
Ohio.
Is returning capital to the shareholders, which we've done
for now,
regularly over the years, typically in the form of buybacks, which are opportunistic. We do aim to purchase shares at deep value. So far, we've gotten that right 100% of the time, which is kind of amazing. So that remains
it's kind of amazing. You just do something on a whim and you get it right 100% of the time. It's crazy.
In the coming years.
They got a good team over there.
Our next question comes from the line of Andrew Maroc with Raymond James.
Yeah, I'm from Cincinnati. Sprinkleville.
Question. I guess thinking about what went into the decision to price Borderlands 4 at $70, I guess more broadly, when a peer came out with full games at $80,
you can tell that's a real gamer that bought some stock.
The industry would follow, but now we've seen that not necessarily be the case. So I guess from your seat, what is the pricing environment? How do you feel about the ability to take price? And when do you think the player is ready for that to be born? Thank you.
Good question.
Well, I think our approach may be a little bit different. We believe that any consumer experience is the intersection of the thing itself and what you paid for the thing. So our goal is to vastly exceed expectations. We want to put out the best entertainment on earth, and we want to deliver more value than what we charge for it. And we think we've, generally speaking, gotten that right. Variable pricing has been the nature
shareholders
of
are asking questions now, so somebody might ask.
Releases will go out at a higher price, or sometimes with special editions.
But again, if they don't say anything about GTA 6, it's good news, and it's still on track to be released when they said.
Market, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. But the rubric that informs us is really that of delivering more value. The
second one today. We streamed Hitman earlier. What happened?
Our next question comes from the line of Mike Hickey with the Benchmark Company. Please go ahead.
Mike Hickey. I used to know Mike Hickey.
Yeah. Hey, Strauss, Laney.
Whoa.
Nicole.
This dude sounds creepy.
And nice to see the raise in your 25 fiscal 26 numbers. Just in that sort of
we're hyper casual.
The raise in your guidance here, just given the macro.
That's Ball Boy trying to disguise his voice.
July.
What is GTA 6 coming?
Obviously weak, and then we saw the revision down pretty meaningfully, obviously, in May and June job numbers. Are you concerned that this at all signals a broader economic slowdown, and how you think that could?
No, he's probably at home and the kid's sleeping, and he just put the kid down. You don't want to wake him up.
Historically, but also vulnerable. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Mike. I'm not sure anyone really wants to listen to my macroeconomic guidance, but I'll share it anyhow. I mean, after negative GDP growth at the end of last year, we seen a return to
Well, welcome
positive
to everybody
GDP growth in
watching.
the
If
first
you're
quarter
enjoying the
of
stream, please hit
1%.
like, hit
And I
subscribe,
think
become a member if
we're
you
gonna
want to
we're gonna
support
see
even
positive
further. We got
GDP growth.
3 memberships tiers,
You know,
basic,
there's
extra, and
headwinds
elite, starting
in
at
tariffs, there are
99 cents
tailwinds
a
in
month.
stimulus.
No
And I think
Minecraft
they're
here.
probably going to balance out in favor of modest growth. I think you're probably going to see a 3% increase in consumer spending, which is about what we've been accustomed to. I agree with you that
Fortnite's probably the most
probably
kids-like
goes up a
game
bit.
one that
It's
we do here.
4.2 and probably goes up to 4.5.
We just quit doing that. So.
That's my own view, and I think you'll see 50 more bips of Fed rate cuts between now and year end. You can ignore all of that or do with it as you please. What that implies is much more a soft landing than anything else.
Damn, you just like put that in your pipe and smoke it, pal.
It's not booming. It's not certainly not busting. And I do think that there's some risk, which you I think alluded to in your question, that consumers are going to be a little more careful with their spending. And what happens when they're more careful? Well, it's not true.
See,
that
this guy watches Sprinkles live. He knows.
It's not even true that entertainment is recession resistant. It is true that people still consume entertainment even in tough times. They're just going to be much more selective. So where they're going to go, they're going to go to quality. And that's a trend that's already been occurring in our business because our business is maturing.
So they do listen.
Businesses mature, there's a flight to quality. Thankfully, we think ahead around here. And 18 years ago when we came here, we made sure that the strategy of the company was not to put out the biggest number of the releases, but rather to put out the best releases and only to put out the best releases. And then, of course, over time, when we established an ability to come out with the highest quality titles reflected in our leading Metacritic scores and in our revenues, we were able to build up our pipeline further and to diversify it further. And now we actually have an incredibly robust pipeline going forward. And one that
I would say they have the lockdown on every major release that is out.
Quality. If we're right about that,
like sports games and everything.
Challenging macro times, our micro behavior should be industry leading.
Nice. Thank you guys.
Put the biggest number in the roof.
Your next question comes from the line of Martin Yang with Oppenheimer. Please go ahead.
I love that lady's voice. She's like a 1920s operator.
Hey, thanks for taking my question. I want to ask about your view on the size of your addressable players versus the absolute quality you can deliver. So when it comes to new game releases, would you at most times sacrifice potential addressable player base to prioritize on the quality of the game, in the sense that sometimes you will want to maybe sacrifice your target narrower console or PC player base in order to deliver the quality?
Because I'm not a shareholder, Ninja.
So that's So just general sense on how to think about new games and the.
These are people that own stock in the company. They want to know, why was my money not going to this? This is what I'm paying for.
We aim to be wherever the consumer is, and most of our releases end up on all platforms that have.
That's how you can tell by the tone of their question whether they're just like a real everyday person that actually plays games, or they're just people that invest in shit like this. That
Nintendo with new platform releases.
Like that Mike Hickey guy, he sounded like he was like a real gamer by the sound of his question, but the people before them probably worked for a finance company.
So I don't really think there's a trade-off between our focus on quality and
I invest in myself. That's the best thing you can invest in this life.
And I don't see it that way. It is possible that our labels might stage a release so that they can focus on, for example, core
I prove that every time I stream, even though it doesn't go the way I want.
In the fullness of time, our titles find their way to all the viable platforms.
Got it. A quick follow-up. So you talked about meeting players where they are. I think in the past you have expressed or you view platforms like Roblox as a very low priority platform where you would put your content on. Is there any change to that view?
Somebody needs to ask them about the age verification and stuff that's coming, not just the gaming, but like YouTube and stuff.
Content on Roblox, or do you
content creators are getting blocked, or their viewers are getting blocked, and how are people going to stream GTA? If you gotta have age verification to get into GTA, then does that mean YouTube and Twitch are going to like 18+ GTA content so the kids don't see it on YouTube either? And if
Roblox
that
is
happens,
aimed
then people aren't going to stream the
kids,
game, so that means the
largely.
game's not going to be that
And not
popular
all of
because
our
nobody's
games are
talking about
rated
it.
E. So we're a
So
highly
that's the question
compliant
people need to
company.
be asking is
Market
about
to
this
appropriate
age
audiences. We
verification
work
stuff
with
coming
the
up in the
SRB
next
here
week.
and with IARC outside of the U.S. and other local ratings agencies.
If I was a
to make
shareholder,
sure
that would be
our-
the question I would be
our
asking.
titles are properly labeled and properly marketed.
Because I think that's a bigger
So
concern
even
than
if a
anything else. You
platform
can
like
you
Roblox,
can
as you put
project
it,
what you know
we're
the next
viable
year
for
all
some
you
of our
want, but
releases.
you know
Not all of them
with
would
all
be
the
appropriate
tariffs
for
and
Roblox.
the
So
way the
Roblox is
world's
not
going,
a
and
platform in the way
like I
Steam
said,
is
the
a
age
platform.
verification stuff,
Roblox
all
is
that
a
together can
certain
mess
type
up
of
your
environment,
projections.
and
You know,
not all of our games would work on Roblox.
when
Whether
they're
that's
talking to a
work
shareholder, they're always going to
technically
give
or
you make it
artistically
sound
or
like the
work
best news ever.
commercially.
That way you keep investing.
But
So
in terms of platforms that don't have their own creative offering, so for example,
I'm not saying that
Steam,
they're not doing well.
you know, Steam doesn't opine as to who it serves. It has all different kinds of releases. So we're going to be on Steam or other similar digital platforms most of the time, just as an example.
Thank you.
Anyway, that was about Roblox. I didn't think anybody would care about that.
Again, to ask a question, press star 1 on your telephone keypad. Our next question comes from the line of Clay Griffith with MoffettNathanson. Please go ahead.
Yes, thanks. Good afternoon. Strauss, you mentioned it in the open, but just maybe if we could get your thoughts
Strauss
on
isn't there anymore.
the court rulings specifically related to alternative app stores on Android. How do you see that progressing from here? Does it make sense to build your own app store within that environment? And then as a follow-on, what do you think it will do to sort of the user acquisition channels that have existed prior to this development?
I think he's
But
kind of
less about
asking.
user acquisition and more about user monetization, just to be clear.
Oh, I guess Strauss is there.
I think that, you know, we're going to continue to cooperate with all of the app stores. They're really important partners. And at the same time,
Okay, this is more of a mobile question about the app stores blocking apps.
Is in service of making sure the market is open and fair to all, as it ought to be. I've been saying for years that I believe that distribution systems in our business.
I would tell you though, if I did have money to throw around like these people would, I probably would invest in Take-Two.
Those two things.
They're the only one that has stocks that stay pretty strong.
Financial necessity, whether it's driven by opportunity, whether that's driven by
I think that's going to start taking a dip soon because gaming's starting to take a dip, but I think they'll be the last ones to be hit by it.
The movement is all in the same direction, and that direction is what's good for the consumer. What's good for the consumer is open distribution.
And is that something that you see an opportunity to do yourselves, or does it make sense to partner with others?
So all of the above.
Shouldn't be too much longer resolution.
You can buy currency on our own web stores now for most of, not all of, but most of our mobile games. I see that continuing. We have a launcher inside Rockstar.
I told y'all at the beginning it was going to be very corporate.
We don't intend to integrate forward.
This isn't like PlayStation State of Play. It's like very corporate shit.
Retail's lunch.
You can't get news out of this.
Partners for us. We want to be wherever the consumer is. Where they want to go to Best Buy, they want to go to Steam, they want to go to Microsoft or Amazon. You know, we want to be there as long as we're treated fairly.
But again, if they don't really mention GTA 6, then that's good news too, because it means it's still on track for what they planned. But or it could be bad news because the last time they didn't talk about it, they pushed it back again. So who knows?
Sure. And then I've got a quick follow-up on NBA 2K if I can.
Best way to find out is buy some stock and ask them next conference call.
2K24 in PlayStation Plus last year around this time. I don't know if there's any special differentiation in terms of the tiers that were available in June. But Carl, maybe if you could speak to just if there was any impact from PlayStation Plus year over year that would have contributed to growth numbers like this.
So we do put our titles occasionally into some of the subscription services. They're great partners for us, and in many cases,
they should see my growth numbers.
Well, we wouldn't do it unless it was a good economic deal, and the platforms wouldn't do it either.
Thank you. I'll be here all night.
We do take advantage of that,
Tip
and
your
it's
waitress.
been compelling from us from an economic standpoint. As it relates to NBA, we have done it in the past, and we don't really talk about whether we're going to do anything.
I can't believe NBA 2K is one of their top games. I do not know anybody that plays that game.
It generates, obviously, engagement. It generates income for us. and it's something that we
But I think they
consider,
have card
and we
packs in
do
that
it
game
time
that
is right,
people buy,
if the
and
math makes
it's
sense.
like their microtransaction. That's crazy.
And just to be clear, year over year, was there a meaningful delta in the way that it came to that service?
A meaningful delta over what?
But just how it was.
I think the
presented last
recent
year.
NBA game, though, they made it free on PS Plus or something like the month it came out.
Yeah,
so
I'm not sure I'm understanding the question. I
that
apologize.
made their revenue go up
Could you restate it
more.
one more time?
Yeah, just trying to understand if there was any change in the economics, the contribution from that relationship with Sony year over year that would have contributed to the exceptional growth that NBA
I understand. Okay, I'm sorry. You were asking a very straightforward question, and I thought it was more complicated. The answer is no.
Even that guy was like, "How did NBA get so popular?"
Great.
That's funny.
And with no further questions in queue, I will now turn the call back over to Strauss Zelnick for closing remarks.
All right, here we go. We're ending it. If this is where they talk about
thank
it,
you
this
so
will
much,
be it.
everyone, for joining us today.
I'll shut up.
Obviously, we're thrilled with our first quarter results, and we have great confidence for the outlook for the rest of the year. All of this is tribute to the superb work that is done by our teams all over the world, our development teams, who are the most creative and talented in business, our marketing and distribution teams, who are innovative in the extreme, don't take no for an answer, and of course our business teams, who work hard every day to make sure that we're highly compliant, highly organized, and highly effective. Thanks to everyone, and we wish you all a great summer.
That's it, I guess.
This concludes today's conference call. You may now disconnect.
All right, let's disconnect, chat.
Please wait. The conference will begin shortly.
It already began, you stupid AI. Didn't you hear the lady? She said, "You may now disconnect." All right, that's it, everybody. Yeah, sorry, no GTA 6 news. I'll take that out of the title. That wasn't supposed to be clickbaity. All the stuff I read, they were supposed to confirm it. But I guess they did because they didn't say anything. So I guess it's still confirmed for May of next year because they didn't say it was any different. So we'll see the closer we get to release date. Again, if we get another one of these in the wintertime, we'll listen to that one, I guess. Where was the games? That was it, Ninja. That's what it was. It's not a damn PlayStation State Play. Oh my god, they're playing that song again. Let me turn that shit off. Jeez. Ugh. I was just playing. But yeah, it was just talk about games and money. That's what an earnings conference call is, Ninja. But yeah, I was hoping maybe we'd get a sneak peek at some news, but no, we didn't. But you know what? Sitting here for 57 minutes, we got more views than we did streaming Hitman for 2 hours, so I'll take it. Hey, it was kind of interesting, though, to hear what games are making what money. I am very surprised that NBA 2K is, like, on the level as GTA as far as money goes. That's crazy to me. Plus, it sounds like Red Dead is doing way better than GTA right now, and they don't care. Also, they sounded very surprised at how well Money Front's DLC did. I think they even thought it sucked by how Strauss put it. And they were surprised as many people played it as they did. Yep, that's what it's all about, Ninja. It's all about that money. It's not about the art no more. At one point, these games were about... I mean, and at the end of the day, everything's about money. Even back in the day when games were good for me, the ultimate thing was to make money. But the people making it were just about the art. So I think that's what made games good back then. Which, again, these developers are probably still about the art, but they're working for a corporation. And when you got somebody breathing down your neck because you might lose them $250 billion, it comes a little less about the art, and a little bit more about the money. Keeping your job, but that's the sad world we live in today. It's all about the bottom line. It's not about people anymore. But yeah, anyway, not to end on a sad note there or anything. I think we all pretty much knew that. That's a song. Yeah, it is. Money, 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 money. A jet wash, you wonder how much that made. I don't know. We should have listened more careful when they were going through the games. I was more interested in the GTA and Red Dead stuff. But again, I guess it did kind of confirm the GTA 6 release date because they didn't say anything about it. So yeah, we are wrapping up. This is the end of the stream. We're not playing the music yet. We're not that far into the wrap-up yet. We're debriefing ourselves from the earnings call, so... But yeah, there you go. You guys get a little sneak peek of what I'm usually talking about, like, when it comes to these companies. I mean, it's no surprise, but, you know. Get used to it. It's the way of the world. But I'm really surprised nobody asked them about the age verifications and stuff coming up. I'm surprised they don't think that's a big deal. I think that's a really big deal for GTA. That was kind of one of the appeals, was for kids to sneak and play the game so their parents didn't know. But now, yeah, they're going to lose like 75% of their audience. Plus, like I said, next Wednesday on the 13th, YouTube rolls out their new AI age verification. So if the YouTube AI believes you're not 18, they can ban your account. The only way for you to get it back is to give them a selfie, your credit card, and or government ID. So... again, I don't recommend doing that, but to each their own, I guess. And, yeah. It's just even going to get worse from there. They're going to do it on GTA here soon, and all that, so. But we'll see how it works out. Again, I guess we can just enjoy this last week of the internet the old way, until they finally screw it up, but... yeah, I'm the CEO of Sprinklandia. That's why we do so well here, Ninja. You never hear about us in the news, do you? Yeah. Don't hear about Sprinklandia in the news, and look how good we're doing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyway, if you guys missed the Hitman stream from earlier, CEO of McDonald's, yeah, whatever. You know what? McDonald's probably makes just as much money as Take-Two does selling hamburgers. It's crazy. Walmart as well. Walmart's probably the same way. But again, those places are starting to go down in profit. Take-Two hasn't taken a hit yet. Once this gaming market starts taking a hit because of all these tariffs and age verification and stuff, they'll be speaking a little different next quarter, I think. Yeah, I'm the CEO of burgers, salad, and slam pans. We don't talk about those. All right, everybody. Unless you have anything else you want to talk about, I think it's time to wrap it up. We did a 2-hour Hitman stream earlier. We did an hour stream of this. Strauss forgot to shout us out, but better luck next time. He's my homie. I'm sure he'll get me next time. So, I really like that operator lady. I dig her voice. She's like a really like 1920s phone operator. Like, one moment, please. I'm not making fun of her either. I think that's the most awesome voice either. You want to buy shares now, Ninja? Well, look, there you go. Buy you some. See, buy some shares, Ninja, and I'll call in as you, and I'll ask some questions. I'll be like, where the fuck is my GTA 6, Strauss? And he will have no choice but to answer me. So, yeah. Like I said, if I had as much money as those people did, I probably would throw money into them. Just because they seem to be making more profit than most companies. No matter what the company does, just outside of gaming, most companies don't even make that much money. It's crazy. But yeah, I think it's time to wrap it up, everybody. I was just trying to drag it out to an hour over an hour, so... I will stay here and talk to you guys if you have something to talk about, but I think we've run out of things to talk about. Plus, I need to save my voice for tomorrow, too, because we'll be playing Red Dead Online tomorrow. Ninja's favorite. We'll be robbing the bank just for him. No, we have a new monthly update this month. It is Bounty Hunter Month on Red Dead, so we'll be playing that tomorrow. Man, I might take Saturday off. I'm not sure. Then Sunday I might come on and we might do the Buried broadcast, a new show again. We'll do episode 2 of Buried broadcast. If we do it, it's probably going to be the Family Guy, Lost Pilot, and maybe another one because that pilot's pretty short. So, we'll see. It may be a twofer for the second episode. I don't know. I kind of like having a 20-minute episode to watch, and that's it. Like, we'll have like a 40-minute podcast for that, but I don't know. We'll see. I want some short content on here. Not like YouTube shorts, but like content that's like, like 20 to 30 minutes long. That way I don't have just a bunch of like 3 or 4 hour streams on here, so. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I'm rambling now, everybody, so let's go ahead and hit that music. Again, thank you, everybody, for being here. If you missed the Hitman stream from earlier, please go check that out. I know I started early and nobody was watching, so Resolution had to talk me down with nobody being there, so. But yeah, no, like I said, the Hitman stream was rushed. I had to do a bunch of shit right before I went live, so as soon as I got it done, I went live and I was out of breath and I had to rush through the stream so we could get done and do this one. So as you can tell, I'm a little more laid back in this stream, so yeah, we just rushed through the first half of today, so. But it was a good stream if you missed it. We did the Jean-Claude Van Damme Elusive Target. We did all of Patient Zero on Hitman, so check it out. Give it a like, give it a comment. Give this stream a like, give it a comment. If you want to support even further, help us get $250 billion like Take-Two. Hit that join button, become a Get Sprinkled Gang Plus member. We have 3 membership tiers, Basic, Extra, and Delete. Starting at 99 cents a month up to $2.99. Of course, the higher tier up you go, the more content you get. You get emojis for chat, members-only videos, early access, all that fun stuff. You even get members-only Sprinkles, the character, the video game character, not me. Feet pics. So yeah. Anyway. Thanks again, everybody hanging out here. Ninja Resolution, anybody that popped in here today. Golden, we also had a new person. Thank you to them as well. Glad to have you here. Laney, Joss, and Martin. Martin was here too. Glad to have you, Martin. I think Martin is Strauss, but whatever. But yeah, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow with Red Dead Online. So tune in for that. It'll be around my usual time, about 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That is New York time, Sprinkleville time here. So tune in for that tomorrow. And yeah, I think that's it. So sorry again, no real exclusive GTA 6 news here, but we could only hope. I will take it out of title, though, so that way it doesn't seem like clickbait. I wasn't trying to clickbait. I thought there would be some news. But anyway, like, subscribe, become a member. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget Super Chat, Super Thanks. Follow us on Discord. All the social medias, X, Instagram, I'm on there. And, yeah, that's the Big Apple. That's right, Ninja. Now I'm just waiting for the song to finish. Usually the song finishes it before I do. But yeah, anyway, we'll be back tomorrow, everybody. Check out the Hitman stream from earlier if you want. And yeah, that's it for now. So, until next time, as always, get sprinkled. Woo! Get sprinkled, y'all. See you tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody. Goodbye.
Shut up! So, until next time. As always, get sprinkled.
Shut up! Shut up!